We'll have to cut in the commissions here and to bring you a breaking news story. My colleague Evans Mensah has details, Evans.
Dennis, thank you very much. I want to take you live now to the Ashanti region, capital Kumasi, where we're learning of gunshots at the NDC party headquarters there in the Ashanti region. And we're already hearing that possibly one person may have been killed as a result of this. The General Secretary, Joseph Nketia, was caught up in that as well. We can go live now. Let's speak to Erastus Asari Donko, who is at that party headquarters for us in the Ashanti regional capital. Erastus, what can you report?
Well, Evans, this afternoon there was some disturbances here at the regional party office just behind me. And if you could see on the floor here, covered with sand, that is the blood of somebody who was just shot this afternoon. And what we are gathering is that there was a regional executive meeting this afternoon in that office. And then out here, to my right, we had members of a group called the Hawks. And they came, pitched camp right here. And then we had members of the NDC task force also came and pitched camp on the other end. Now, we do understand that subsequently there was one of the members of the Hawks who came up with some tantrums that something was going to happen. And then another one approached him and said that, indeed, nothing can happen around this place. It resulted in some verbal exchanges right here. That's right here. And in an attempt to stop the verbal exchanges, this particular guy from the NDC task force was shot in the thigh. And then as the people were trying to come in to try to quell tension, the gun owner shot again, this time in the belly of that gentleman. And as he was going down, he shot him again in the back. So 3 shots, 2 very close to the person according to eyewitnesses, and the one in the thigh. He was rushed to the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, and we are getting unconfirmed reports indeed that he has passed away. Now, currently here we have bystanders, NDC supporters who are trying to make sense of what happened here about 45 minutes ago. I have an eyewitness here who I would like to go through what happened here again for the purpose of our listeners. Now, tell me, what happened here? You were here. What did you see?
Okay, initially we were here this morning. We were invited by our regional executives. Yesterday, as our constituency, you know, is the heart of NDC in Ashanti region. So we had key feet yesterday, but there is some little misreaction from the party yesterday. People were trying to create a camp out of the constituency structure. So the party has initially made a statement that nobody should try to make a group or another camp from the party structure. So as a constituency executive, we reported it. The regional executives were there. So we reported it to them, and they invited them to come here this morning. Unfortunately, we came here and we realized that the national executive also have summoned Honorable Yamin and some of his boys to come and hold some meeting with them to discuss the way forward of the meeting. Because when if you recall, these same guys that...
Which guys are you referring to?
The Hawks that you said you called about. They are the same people who in front of all the national executive and all the, our executives at our Congress, at Kumewu Regional Congress. They were same people.
But I want you to restrict yourself to what happened here today. Tell me, in practical terms, what happened here today?
Okay, what happened? Here. We were all sitting here after we hold our meeting with the regional executives, and the national executive came here. So they are having their meeting. I hear that they were waiting for Honorable Yamin. And
the boys, you mean the Hawks? The group called them the Hawks. Where were they standing?
National executives and the regional executive are having their meeting inside. So we realized that they are waiting for Yamin. So all of us were sitting here. But the Hawks were here with their motorbikes in front of this container. Okay. They were here. We don't know what brought them inside. Because officially they are not affiliated with the party.
And then what happened?
And what happened is that there are some of the task force boys who passed by and go to the mosque here. So when they were coming back, we were all with them here. So when they were coming back, after they reached here, I hear one of them who was called, I forget his name. So one of them, I hear him saying that, what you are in Hausa language, Why you are saying we are all brothers? Why do you want to create this kind of thing once there's nothing between us? So from there, I don't know what the other guy said. He turned his back to talk to them as a brothers. So through when he's getting to them, closer to them, about some 3 feet. So that's where I see the other guy remove a gun and shot his leg instantly. So he rushed to hold his hand so that he will not shot again.
The one who was shot rushed to hold his hand.
And he was shot. So he rushed to hold the hand of the guy so that the gun would not be faced to him or shot again. So because there are many, there were plenty at that place, so they all rushed to the guy. So one of the boys that he went to the mosque with him when they were coming back, and also he just reached here. So he realized that he have to turn and help his brother. So when he was, all of us as eyewitnesses were sitting here, and we realized that when the gunshot was, we wanted to rush so that we can save him. So that was where the other guy, because there were many, and they turned on the other, only one guy, about 8 or 10 of them. So this guy, the one holding guy, turned to save this guy from coming there. So that was where the guy realized that he's shooting him straight. And he's going back. That was where you realized that
after if I get you correctly, after he shot him in the leg, he came back to shoot him again.
Yes, when he shot him in the leg, then the guy was trying to run and come to us so that we can save him. We're also trying to come in. So that was where we realized that, and he came directly, very close range, and shot his chest. So that is where we all realized
he shot him in the chest.
Yes, and we realized that he would kill them. So we want to rush to him. That was where he faced the gun to us, all of us. So that time we have to run for our life. That was where he turned back again and shot him about 2 or 3 times, according to those who were very close.
So if I get you correctly, this guy shot him in the thigh.
Yes.
As he was trying to run towards the party office, he shot him in the back again. And then came closer to shoot him again.
In the chest.
So 3 times.
3 times, that was why. But some people say it's more than that. Those who were.
But you saw 3 times.
We saw 3 times. And beside that, he turned there and came back to the other guy too and shot him about 3 times.
So 2 people have been shot?
2 people have been shot. But we realized that unconfirmed one was dead, but we didn't know yet. So that was what happened.
Well, so Evans, that is what we are learning at the moment. 2 people have been shot, like you heard from him, but we are getting information from the police and the hospital that 1 has passed. We are yet to confirm that officially from the Confanoche Teaching Hospital, but that is what has happened here at the regional NDC party office. Currently, the party office is under lock and key, and as you can see in your shot, we are having armed policemen, dispatch riders manning the place at the moment. They are sitting in front of it. We have quite a number of supporters who are also gathered here trying to make sense of what happened here this afternoon. So if I should repeat, in a scuffle which started as a verbal disagreement, 1 person has been shot at close range, another has sustained a gunshot wound. We are having unconfirmed reports that he has passed on, but 1 is responding to treatment. So that is what we have at the moment.
Erastus, also tell me about the nature of this National Executive meeting. From what we heard earlier, Mr. Aseedun Ketia was part of this meeting and appeared to have escaped this mob attack.
Well, yes, indeed, we confirmed that he was part of this particular meeting, and the meeting was happening behind me in the regional party office. In fact, personally, I saw Mr. Aseedun Ketia in our office this morning. Just was before the meeting started. And so that meeting was happening inside the regional party office, whilst the scuffle and subsequent gunshots happened here at the courtyard in front of the regional party office. But I understand that after the gunshots, the regional and national executives of the party who were inside that meeting came out and escaped. Currently, they are not here with us.
We know if, from where you are, if there's been any arrests since this incident.
In fact, when we came in, we saw members of the police team from the Central Police Headquarters, including the operational commanders as well. But what they told us was that they are going to the Confanoche Teaching Hospital, where we understand a number of supporters have gathered at the moment, trying to commiserate with people who may have lost relatives. And so they will not speak with us at the moment, but said they will give us information in the due course. And so as we speak, no arrests have been made. The gentleman who shot the guy, I learned, has escaped. And so we do not have any arrests at the moment.
Erastus, stand by for us, because I want to quickly take you to the, after you've been hearing, 2 people have been shot. One unconfirmed report says has died, has passed on as a result of the injuries sustained from the gunshot. The second person, we understand, is receiving treatment also at the Konfanotu Teaching Hospital. Our reporters are all over this. One of them, Nana Senso, has been to the hospital to check up on this individual, but is currently at the police headquarters there in the Ashanti region, where we are expecting a briefing. Nana, what do you know? Let's first start with what doctors are telling you from the hospital.
Yeah, Evans, we haven't received any confirmation from doctors on the account that the victims are dead or not. But I'm speaking to one eyewitness who brought the victims from the party office to the hospital. He told me that looking from the condition, he suspects that one person is dead and the other person is in serious condition, and doctors are on standby. The victim is in intensive care unit now, Evans. But now we have moved from the hospital premises and then we are heading towards the Central Police Command, and then the police is yet to brief the media on the incident.
From the police shortly, and you've been to the hospital. I gather that there will be a lot of party folks who were caught up in this, all shaking by what happened, and may have trooped there either with, as you say, accompanying the injured, but also there to commiserate with those who may have suffered gunshot wounds.
Hello, Evans. It's hardly to hear you, but if I understand what you said, the party members or party sympathizers had besieged the hospital, the Contradicting hospital, to be precise, at the Accident and Emergency Center. And the victims' relatives are also around, though they don't want to speak to the media, but they are wailing, they are crying. And you could see from their faces that the situation has really affected them, Evans.
And we're expecting a police briefing shortly from the regional police, and that's where you're heading next. And I understand that from what we're hearing, there might be some clarity on what exactly happened and if there have been arrests. And Nana Senso is heading to the police headquarters. And once he gets there, we'll get a brief from him on what the police official account is. I want to go back to Erastus, who is at the party head office in the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, where this is happening this afternoon. If you're just joining us, breaking news coming out of Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, is that there's been a shooting incident at the NDC party headquarters there in the region. One person is currently feared dead. We're waiting for confirmation of that from the hospital. The police is about addressing a press briefing also. A second person, we understand, is in critical condition. There was a national executive meeting at the party headquarters. In attendance was John Sasiru Nketia, General Mosquito, Party General Secretary, who we understand escaped this attack and had left the scene currently with the other executives. Erastus is back with me from the party headquarters. Erastus, I see from what you described earlier that there's some police officers there guarding the place. But I also checked from the footage that we have, the live feed that you're giving us, and I see that there appears to be some form of a cordon of other police officers at the main road, preventing people from entering into this general area where the party head office is. Just give us a sense of the general security arrangement there, seeing that what has happened there may have cost a life.
Well, in fact, the general security here, there's not much.
Well, we may have lost Erastus there. We'll get Erastus back, but you can see the footage as you watch us live on the JoyNews channel and listen to us live on Joy 99.7 FM. If you're just joining us, the breaking news coming out of Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, is that there have been a gunshot incident on the premises of the NDC regional head office there. One person feared dead, the second person critical condition. John Sasiru Nketia, the General Secretary, may have been caught up in this but had escaped the scene. The police are lining up a press briefing shortly. The hospital, Confanoche, as our reporter just reported, is besieged with party supporters and relatives of those who suffered gunshot wounds, who were wailing and crying as a result of what has happened. We'll try and get you more as and when we get it. We have Erastus back on this. Erastus, yes.
Yeah, Evan, so currently what you're watching right now is the party office, and you are asking about security at the moment. Well, this is what the members of the Central Regional Police Headquarters left behind. We have quite a number of armed riot police here, as you can see, and they are currently manning the regional office to prevent any destruction and to protect life and property. We still have many supporters who are coming in here, like this gentleman who is trying to look at the blood on the floor and make sense of what happened here. So that is what is happening at the moment. Quite a number of armed policemen who are here to maintain law and order, but all the other CIDs who came here previously have gone to the Confanoche Teaching Hospital, and they said they will be coming back here to begin investigations.
Very quickly, and we are live on Joy 99.7 FM, live on the JoyNews channel also, which is also streaming live on myjoyonline.com. You can see the live footage coming from the party headquarters in the Ashanti Regional Capital. Rasmus, quickly, I want to check with you. When we're speaking to you first, I saw in the footage the cameraman capturing what appears to be slippers on the floor, on the premises there. Do we know who that belongs to?
Well, the slippers currently is behind the cameraman at the moment. Let me try to see if I can still capture that.
Do we have Erastus?
Who that one belongs to.
Okay, we've lost Erastus. We lost Erastus from the Ashanti Regional Headquarters, who will join us very shortly as we bring you a full coverage of what is unfolding in Ashanti Regional Capital right now. The police is suspecting to be briefing us. And as you can see, that's what I was speaking to Erastus about, the slippers. We don't know who that belongs to, but he's standing right at the scene where this had unfolded. Once we get the audio back up, we'll go back to him. In fact, we can go live to him now. Erastus, you were describing what we are seeing on our screens. This is some slippers there on the ground. I'm just wondering who that belongs to. Have we established that? Okay, we lost the signal again. The audio just there, and we have a statement that is coming in as well right now that I want to quickly go through for you. And this is for immediate release. National Democratic Congress, Ashanti Regional Secretariat. It says official statement on incident at the Ashanti Regional Office on Monday, February 18, 2019, which is today. The Ashanti Regional Secretariat of the National Democratic Congress regrets to report that an unfortunate incident occurred at the party's regional office today, Monday, 18 February 2019. The regrettable incident, it says, occurred while a meeting between National Chairman, the General Secretary, and a Deputy General Secretary, the Regional Executive Committee, were ongoing. Some men on motorbike wielding guns attacked a gathering outside, shot indiscriminately, and sped off. We regret to announce that one of the two men who was shot has passed on, and the other is in a critical condition at the Confanoche Teaching Hospital, CAF. The National Chairman, General Secretary, and the Regional Executive Committee has visited him at the hospital. We request the police to carry out a thorough investigation into the matter and bring the perpetrators to book. The statement ends. And this is signed by Kwame Zu. He's Regional Secretary of the NDC who signed this. We can speak to Kwame Zu, right? Who's joining us on the line right now. Hello, Mr. Zu. Thank you for your time here on Joy 99.7 FM, also on the JoyNews channel. And you're confirming what we're hearing, that one of your supporters who were at the scene is dead as a result of the gunshot wounds.
I regret to confirm that indeed one of our party members who happens to often frequent the party headquarters in the region has passed on at the Confanoche Teaching Hospital.
What about the other? Because we understand two people suffered the gunshot wound. What about the other victim?
He is in a critical condition at the same hospital. The National Chairman, the General Secretary, Deputy General Secretary and the entire Regional Executive Committee has visited him at the Confanoche Hospital, and he is stable, and we trust that he will come out very well.
As far as the incident is concerned, you talk about individuals on motorbikes shooting and speeding off after they shot. We've spoken to an eyewitness at the party headquarters who claimed to identify these men on motorbike as members of the Hawk team. What do you know about that?
Well, the reality is that as a party and as executives, as at the time of the incident, we're having a country meeting within the officers. And the information we have gathered from the police so far and our own investigation, these men are yet to be identified. But I think it's quite too early for anybody to conclude that the men in question are members of the Hawks. What we do know is that they are unidentified, and we have requested of the Ghana Police Service to expedite investigations so as to bring the perpetrators of these heinous crimes to book. But I am rather scandalized that an eyewitness has confirmed that these are members of the Hawks. Were they wearing a T-shirt that suggests they are members of the Hawks? Or he or she can identify them categorically that these are members of the Hawks. I think we should not be in a hurry to put in the public domain an information that we cannot verify. But as a party, we are trusting that the police service are competent enough to carry out a thorough investigation and unmask the individuals who are behind the heinous act.
And tell me, I know there was a high-powered meeting. National chairman was there, general secretary was there. What is your suspicion? Well, I'm just asking, what was the agenda as part of that conversation is concerned, and may that have been a possible reason for this incident?
We have gathered ample intelligence information that we relayed same to the National Executive Committee. Our investigations have shown that some persons have intended to foment trouble within our ranks, within the region. It is against this backdrop that the national chairman of the party and the general secretary have chosen to engage the rank and file of the party within the region. Well, the details of the meeting cannot be put out in the public domain. But I think it is rather unfortunate and regrettable that a peaceful meeting has ended up that a member of the party has lost his life and one is critically at the mercy of the hospital, and we are trusting that God will still heal through peacefully.
So just to clarify, this high-powered meeting was acting on information that, that within the party, and I need to clarify this, within the party there may be some divisions that needed to be checked, and that's why this meeting was being held, to try and bring everybody together and unite the front in the region?
Among other issues.
Among other
issues. It is one of the topical issues that was on the agenda. It was not an agenda, there was an agenda. And one of the topical issues on the agenda is to ensure that we close ranks within the region so as to foil the intentions of those outside. But unfortunately and regrettably, this is the end result.
Would you say, and based on your knowledge of the Ashanti region and the nature of this internal rivalry, that this may have contributed to what we've seen today?
That is a realm I will not want to venture. I lack the expertise to venture into a realm that is not real. The reality still remains that there's an incident and the perpetrators are unknown, for which the police have taken over investigations. I will not want to venture into an arena. I lack the expertise.
What is the of course, the entire executive is there now. National Chairman for Sampofo, General Secretary Asedo Nketia, Deputy General Secretary are all there. What is the party going to do about this going forward?
It is early days. We are here to communicate to the bereaved family. We are here to meet the bereaved family. But as I speak to you presently, the General Secretary, the National Chairman, and the entire Regional Executive Committee, we are in a crisis meeting. And whatever decisions that are taken would be duly communicated. I promise you will be the first to know.
I'm grateful. And this crisis meeting has been triggered, obviously, by the incidents at the party headquarters in Ashanti region.
Precisely so. Like I indicated earlier, the meeting we had a set of agenda. And on topical, one of the topical agenda happens to be matters in relation to the intelligence information we had gathered and relate them to the National Executive Committee. However, recent happenings, the development of which one man has lost his life, requires that a crisis meeting is held. So as I speak to you presently, I had to step out of the meeting and communicate to you. So whatever decisions emanate from the meeting it will be put in the public domain.
Just before you go, what do you say to your supporters in the region and across the country who may be agitated by this?
They should come. I understand the difficult times in which we are, but as a regional executive committee, we request of all of them to come. Difficult times will certainly abound, but it takes courage to surmount. This is a difficult region, but I think we have enough energy to be able to scale the hurdles that are before us now, and certainly peace will prevail. I'm
grateful that you joined us. Kwame Azu took time from that crisis meeting in the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi, where he says that the national chairman, the general secretary of the NDC, of course, Samafo Sampa for also the Johnson Seodin Ketia, and a deputy general secretary are all in a crisis meeting right now, deliberating on what has happened today, a short while ago, really, a couple of hours back. The shooting incident at the party regional secretariat, the head office there in Ashanti regional capital, has led to one person dead, another person in critical condition right now at the Konfanotu Teaching Hospital. He says that the party was meeting in Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi, today on the back of some internal agitations and rivalry. They had gone there to try and settle that internal rivalry that was playing out within the ranks of the Ashanti Regional NDC. And in the midst of that, what led to, he doesn't want to speculate. He doesn't know yet if that has any link with what had happened today, the shooting incident that had led to one person dying. He says that it's premature to conclude that the individuals who shot and may have killed this individual and left one person in critical condition are members of the party's Hawk team. And the Hawks of the NDC are individuals who provide security for the NDC. He discounts very quickly the eyewitness account we had earlier, who identified these men as members of the Hawk team. He says that is premature at this moment. The party's official account says that these were men on motorbike wielding guns who attacked a gathering outside, shot indiscriminately, and sped off. That is official party position on this. And they've asked the police to do a thorough investigation, identify these individuals, and bring them to book. Although eyewitnesses on the NDC premises there had made a claim to us that these are members of the Hawk. This is something that, of course, the police will have to deal with. The party's official position that these people cannot be identified, and he cannot link the meeting that they were having to that incident that has happened. I want to go back to the NDC head office right now because Erastus is back with us. We lost him earlier. Erastus, thank you for reconnecting. You were talking to us about we're still seeing where you are, blood stains on the ground, but we're also seeing slippers left behind. And I'm just quickly wondering, those slippers that we see on the ground, who they belong to, the victims possibly? We will be going to the police headquarters there in Ashanti region also once we have Nana Asanso, another of our reporters there, who is following up on the police angle. There's a press conference that we're expecting shortly from the police. Now we have a confirmation that one person is dead, and so also we know that amongst the people who escaped the scene of the shooting incident included the national chairman of the NDC, Fuson Pofo, the general secretary of the party, Johnson Seodin Ketia, and a deputy general secretary. The regional executive committee were all part of this meeting when this happened. They've escaped the scene. They had visited their colleagues who sustained injuries in the hospital. One of them is dead, one of them in critical condition. There's a crisis meeting of the NDC right now that we're following for you. This is our breaking news story coming out of the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi, this afternoon. I want to go back quickly again. Let's try if we can get Erastus to give us an account of what is happening now, but also give us a sense of some of the remnants, some of the things that have been left behind on the ground, what that indicates in terms of the incident that happened there. Erastus, if you can hear me, you were describing for us who may have left the slippers behind and the blastings that we are seeing on the screens as well. What eyewitnesses are telling you about the circumstances surrounding those items.
Well, Evans, if you can hear me, I don't know whether you can hear me yet.
I can, yes.
But then these slippers we are seeing, we understand, belongs to one of the victims. That is what we are being told at the moment. But specifically, of course, the blood over there behind me belongs to the guy who is reported to have died in these disturbances at the moment. That has been confirmed to me here. But then the difference or the contradiction is between what you are reading to us from the National Democratic Congress as the official reaction towards this incident and what the eyewitnesses here are also telling us. What they are telling us is that it happened in the full glare of them. They saw the group come over, stand here. There was a scuffle between them. The guy shot him in the thigh. He came back to shoot him in the back and then subsequently rushed towards him and shot him at close range in the stomach. And that is what eyewitnesses are telling us here. And that is totally different from what the party itself is saying in their official communication. And so these are two different reactions coming from the ground. They saw the people and they said they can identify them, those who shot him. And they said that he shot him first in the thigh. And as he was running towards the party office, he came, shot him in the back, and then got close to him at close range, shot him in the stomach 3 times, they say. And so that is being corroborated by all the people who have gathered here at the moment. So that's a contradiction at the moment as they listen to you live right here at the party headquarters.
So these are multiple eyewitness accounts contradicting the official party position. Question: the individuals who again accused of firing the shots and killing one person and leaving one other person in critical condition, what are the eyewitnesses telling you? Were they masked men, or these are people who had their faces revealed and are known to the party folks on the premises of the party head office?
Well, I want to talk to one of them. In fact, what they told me on camera is that these are not people they cannot identify. These are not hideous people. These are people they know belonging to one particular group. I have such of an eyewitness here. Let me quickly speak with him here. You are live on JoyNews. Now tell me, he speaks in Twi. I'll quickly translate. But omwa uhu omwa hano omi ye nipa na omakata kata omani mana. No makata kata omani mana.
Party na issue he say mo bianca anti Mr. Mulanka ida to us.
Well, he has told us that the party has just issued a directive that they should not be speaking to the media, and so he is no more speaking to us. But this is the same person who spoke to us earlier. We have him on video telling us all that happened and the fact that he can identify the people who shot the gentleman. And so this is not anything hideous. They agree that these are people who came here before the incident, and then subsequently the gentleman who shot the person at close range is somebody that they know belongs to this particular group who came to the premises. So that is what we are learning at the moment.
Thank you very much. And this is something we are watching very closely as it unfolds in the Ashanti Regional Capital. The police press conference that we understand should be underway very shortly. And we are there for you as well. We'll be bringing you that also once it gets underway. Will give us further clarity on what exactly this is. The police will be interested in the eyewitness accounts that we have heard as well and documented for you tonight. But the party is in a crisis meeting themselves. And this crisis meeting is a high-powered one because the national chairman is there, the general secretary is there, Ofuso Ampofo, Johnson Seydou Nketia, a deputy general secretary, is also part of this. And I'm pretty sure as this unfolds, we'll get further clarity on precisely who these individuals may be as the police get into this. But if you're just joining us, the top of this breaking news story is that one person is dead. The party has confirmed that. Another person in critical condition following a shooting incident on the premises of the NDC regional party headquarters in the Ashanti regional capital. The national chairman, Ofuso Ampofo, the general secretary, all of them escaped that scene because we were part of a meeting on the premises when this happened. They escaped the scene and are currently locked up in a crisis meeting. Once we get the latest on this, as a press conference we expect gets underway shortly, we'll bring that to you. You've been live on Joy 99.7 FM, also live on the JoyNews channel. Benis is obviously going to continue with the regular programming, and we'll probably be going live to the Presidential Commission of Inquiry into the Yawaso West Wuogon by-election violence.
Thank you very much, Evans Mensah. There, do make a date on all our subsequent bulletins for updates, like you mentioned, on this incident we are learning of. We'll be bringing you details as and when they are available.